G'day guys, today we're taking a look at this HP USB DVI graphics adapter I picked up from Salvos for only $2. This little gadget lets you connect your device to an additional display over USB 2, and since it's DisplayLink certified, it should work on a heap of devices. Taking a look around the device, on one side we have a mini USB port, not micro, which does show its age. And on the other side we have our DVI port. So we would plug this end into our monitor, and this end into our USB 2.0 port. It's also worth noting that this device does work with passive DVI to VGA adapters and also passive DVI to HDMI adapters, which we will be using in this video. Let's get into it. To start off, let's take a look at Device Manager while we plug it in. Just note there is already one unknown device in Device Manager before connecting, and I've plugged it in. It's come up as HP USB graphics adapter without a driver. We'll take a look and see if Windows can find the driver automatically. We'll go update driver, go search for drivers, and it has found the driver, which is great. Close that off. And it does show up as a display adapter. Be aware, you won't be able to play any games on this. It won't help any gaming performance. And it's not an actual video card that can do heavy decoding. It is just to output an additional display. Let's plug it into our little HDMI TV and see if anything comes up. Okay, ignore the messy workbench. Let's plug it in. And there we go, it did work. It does look a little bit blurry, so we'll see what the resolution is. It's a little bit laggy as well. You can see there's a slight delay. If you look at the laptop screen on the left, you can see that's the full speed, and then the TV on the right is lagging slightly behind. There is some input lag. We'll change it to extend. And display 2. So we can go up to 1080, but this little TV doesn't have a 1080 panel. I believe it was 1360 by 768, but works perfectly on Windows, even with the display lag. So this wouldn't really be suitable for gaming, just because of the slight lag, unless it was something that didn't require fast reflexes, something like RuneScape or an idle game. Watching movies might be a little bit annoying if the audio is slightly out of sync, but you can adjust that in most media players. But this was never sold as a gaming device. It was always meant for business applications, browsing the web, working on spreadsheets or presentations. I think we'll boot into Linux Mint live and see if it works out of the box on that. If you are curious how to boot from an external flash drive on a Chromebook running Coreboot, just press escape when you power it on and brings up the boot menu. And from there you can select your flash drive. So while Linux Mint was booting, it was outputting the Linux Mint logo on both screens, but as soon as it booted to the desktop, the second display disconnected. So we'll take a look at video settings. So opening up the display settings in Linux Mint, it does detect there is a second display there. We'll see if we can enable it. And there it is there. So it does work on Linux Mint out of the box as well, which is brilliant. See if we can drag a window over, and we can. That looks fine. So I know it works on computers over USB 2. What about Android phones? I'll dig up my Android phone and we'll plug it in and see if it works. So I've just got my Android phone here and I've downloaded the DisplayLink Presenter app from the Play Store. I've opened it up and I'm just using a USB-C to USB-A adapter, just passive. We'll plug it in, see if it works. You do have to enable OTG in the settings, so I'll do that now. There it is, OTG connection, and I'll go back to DisplayLink. It wants access, click OK. And it says it wants to start recording or casting. You do have to click Start Now, that gives it access for the whole screen. And it does work. I'll enable Auto Rotate, and there it is there. So I've refocused on the TV, and you can see my thumb on the left scrolling up and down. You can see the delay. It's about the same, maybe 1 second delay that we saw on the Chromebook. So again, not great for gaming. Since DVI doesn't carry sound, there's no sound even over HDMI. So if you did want to watch a movie using this method, you would have to connect Bluetooth speakers, or if your phone has a 3.5mm port, just external speakers. Lastly, I want to try it on an R36S, since that does run Ubuntu in the background, and we'll see if it works out of the box. So again, just using a USB-C to USB-A adapter, I'm going to plug it into my OTG port on the R36S while it's turned off, and we'll power it on and hope for the best. And nothing on the screen yet. I'll open up a game and nothing. So unfortunately, it doesn't work on the R36S out of the box at least, but with the roughly 1 second display lag that we had on our Android phone and also on our Chromebook on Windows and Linux, it probably wouldn't be suitable for playing games on the big TV anyway. It is worth noting that when I connected it to my very old DVI monitor from around 2008, I believe, it looked like it was struggling to sync the video, and it was completely glitched even though it was trying to display a picture on the screen. At first I thought the adapter was broken, but it works on all my other monitors. I'm guessing it must use a weird refresh rate that old monitors just don't support. I do have a pretty cool project in mind for this little adapter, and that'll be turning an old Android phone that only supports USB 2 with no video out into a portable desktop computer. But I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.